A spy known as Twilight receives a top-secret mission to approach Desmond, a high-ranking official in Asthenia. Desmond is known for his extreme caution, rarely venturing outside except to visit Eden Academy, where his son attends. However, infiltrating Eden Academy proves to be a formidable challenge, as it is an exclusive and prestigious school with stringent enrollment requirements. One such requirement is having a picture-perfect family, prompting Twilight's superior to task him with creating a family within a week and using a child as a means to enter the academy. To begin his mission, Twilight first rents a house and assumes the disguise of a psychiatrist. He then sets out to adopt a gifted child from the orphanage, someone who would enable him to seamlessly integrate into Eden Academy and remove Nadia's child from the equation. The director of the orphanage, the affable Hurley, introduces Twilight to a remarkable child named Anya. Unbeknownst to Twilight, Anya possesses an extraordinary ability, telepathy, acquired through a secret experiment. With her newfound power, she can read the minds of others. Anya eagerly yearns to be adopted, using her telepathy to accurately discern the correct answers in intelligence tests and Twilight's true intentions. Fascinated by Twilight's life as a spy, fueled by her love for spy cartoons, Anya quickly develops a strong bond with him. Over the next few days, Twilight receives the Eden Academy test materials from his colleagues and patiently guides Anya through the preparations. Through his dedicated mentorship, Anya successfully passes the written examination. However, a challenging interview lies ahead, a hurdle that seems insurmountable for a single-parent family. To overcome this obstacle, Twilight embarks on a mission to find a woman willing to raise a child and enter into a marriage of convenience with him. Coincidentally, a woman named Yor finds herself burdened by the pressures of being single. By day, she diligently serves the government, but in reality, she is an assassin. Yor's colleagues often tease her about her single status, and her younger brother constantly encourages her to settle down. One fateful day, while Yor rushes to the tailor store after an unexpected mishap with her dress during a mission, she crosses paths with Twilight, who is accompanying Anya on a shopping excursion. Both Twilight and Yor find themselves intrigued by the other's qualities. Unbeknownst to them, Anya, utilizing her telepathy, senses their mutual attraction and voices her desire for a mother figure. Capitalizing on this opportunity, Yor proposes that Twilight acts as her temporary boyfriend at an upcoming party. In return, Yor agrees to play the role of Anya's mother during the admission interview at Eden Academy. Prior to the party, Twilight is assigned a crucial mission to eliminate an enemy, leaving him with no time to clean the bloodstains from his clothes. Despite his disheveled appearance, he arrives at the party and fabricates a story about being a psychiatrist who encountered a disturbed patient. Yor, captivated by Twilight's apparent compassion and gentle demeanor, entertains the idea of marrying him once the festivities conclude. Unexpectedly, Twilight finds himself accompanying Yor back to her home, with the enemy's accomplices hot on their trail. Sensing the danger, Twilight devises an elaborate ruse, claiming that their current predicament is part of a unique treatment for mental illnesses, and he must maintain composure and exhibit patience. Yor, without raising any suspicions, openly expresses her desire to marry Twilight. Recognizing the advantage of having a wife for his mission, Twilight readily agrees. In a daring display of affection, Twilight, seeking to make a romantic proposal, hurls a grenade to neutralize the enemy forces. He ingeniously places the grenade's pull tab on Yor's hand, offering it as a makeshift ring. With the immediate threat resolved, they waste no time in acquiring a marriage license, and Yor officially becomes a resident of Twilight and Anya's home. Anya, having gleaned Yor's true profession through her telepathy, is thrilled by the exciting turn of events. Twilight now focuses his efforts on preparing for the crucial interview at Eden Academy. He diligently gathers information about the Academy's expectations and meticulously devises strategies to navigate unexpected scenarios, all in the pursuit of passing the rigorous evaluation process. Aware that the interview commences as soon as families enter the Academy premises, Twilight understands that the teachers scrutinize not only the students but also their parents' conduct. They believe that only families displaying refined behavior are worthy of admission to the esteemed Noble Eden Academy. As the Twilight family strolls into the school grounds with an air of calmness and elegance, they immediately capture the attention of the observing teachers. To evaluate Anya's qualifications, a teacher purposely orchestrates a test wherein a student appears to fall into the water, observing whether the families will pretend not to notice or sacrifice their pristine attire to aid the distressed student. Stepping forward, Twilight promptly rescues the struggling student, albeit resulting in his own clothes becoming soiled. Disappointed by this turn of events, the teacher contemplates canceling Anya's interview. Surprisingly, Twilight had foreseen this exact scenario and had prepared spare clothes for his family, enabling them to swiftly change and successfully pass the test. Subsequently, a group of animals was unleashed into the Academy premises to evaluate the family's reactions in the face of unexpected circumstances. However, due to a miscommunication, the animals went into a frenzy, causing chaos among the students and parents. In a critical moment, Yor, determined to protect Anya, skillfully handles the leader of the animals with her combat prowess, effectively halting their rampage. Yor quickly improvises, claiming that she acquired these impressive fighting skills through her yoga classes, thereby resolving the crisis. The remarkable performance of the Twilight family thoroughly convinced the observing teacher, and during the subsequent question and answer session, Anya once again utilizes her superpower to provide correct answers, successfully passing the interview. Shortly after, Twilight's family receives Anya's admission letter. Twilight arranges a hearty dinner and invites his colleague, who assists him in gathering information, to celebrate together. During the dinner, Twilight promises to fulfill one of Anya's wishes. Anya expresses her fondness for the plot of a spy infiltrating a castle to rescue a princess, longing to be the princess saved by a spy. To fulfill Anya's wish, Twilight must use his mission as a pretext to request the spy organization to rent an amusement park castle and hire numerous individuals to act as thugs. In the midst of this, Yor remains blissfully unaware, still basking in the joy of Anya's acceptance into Eden Academy. Completely intoxicated, she fails to notice that Twilight, capable of renting an entire amusement park, is no ordinary doctor. Anya assumes the role of a captive princess in the castle and implores Twilight to come to her rescue. The other spies of the organization, believing this to be Twilight's elaborate plan, take their roles quite seriously. Meanwhile, Yor's drunken state inadvertently causes a series of mishaps for Twilight. Fortunately, Twilight proves to be competent in handling the situation. Ultimately, Twilight successfully saves Anya, but his superior scolds him for the exorbitant expenses incurred. Alongside the reprimand, the superior imparts the necessary guidelines and precautions for Twilight's upcoming mission. Although Anya has successfully enrolled in school, it remains a daunting challenge for Twilight to approach Chairman Desmond. Due to Desmond's exclusive attendance at social gatherings of high-ranking students' parents, gaining proximity to him proves exceedingly difficult. To become an exemplary student, Anya must acquire 8 Stella stars. Reflecting on Anya's weary countenance during her studies, Twilight resolves to explore alternative methods. However, during this time, a group of thugs recognizes Anya's Eden Academy uniform. Aware that most students in the academy come from noble backgrounds, the thugs abduct Anya when Yor's attention is momentarily diverted, aiming to demand a hefty ransom. As an accomplished assassin, Yor swiftly detects the thugs' movements and gives chase. Overwhelmed by Yor's skill, the thugs quickly retreat in fear. Witnessing Yor's adeptness, Anya, rather than feeling frightened, requests that Yor teach her martial arts. Yor had been apprehensive about her ability to be a qualified mother, but now she sees the opportunity to impart her knowledge to Anya. Inspired by Anya's admiration, Yor resolves to teach her how to defend herself. In no time, Twilight devises a new plan to approach Desmond. He successfully arranges for Anya and Desmond's youngest son, Damien, to be in the same class, aiming to establish a connection with Desmond through Damien. Through her superpower, Anya becomes aware of Twilight's plan and expresses her eagerness to assist him in his mission. As she enters the school, Anya actively seeks opportunities to engage with Damien, who, due to his noble upbringing, has grown arrogant from a young age. Dismissing Anya as just a doctor's child, Damien not only looks down on her but also joins his peers in mocking her. Yor advises Anya against resorting to physical violence and encourages her to face humiliation with a smile, viewing it as a sign of maturity. Anya forces a smile in response to Damien's provocations, catching the attention of her classmate, Becky. Impressed by Anya's maturity, Becky decides to befriend her. However, Damien becomes infuriated by Anya's smile and persistently taunts her. Eventually, Anya can no longer bear it and strikes Damien. His cries attract the teacher's attention, leading to Anya's punishment and the acquisition of a nitrous bolt, a disciplinary measure in the academy. Accumulating 8 nitrous bolts would result in expulsion. Yor deeply regrets teaching Anya martial arts, while Twilight is devastated by this unforeseen turn of events. Twilight, who has never encountered such a setback in his career as a top spy, must find a solution. The following day, before heading to school, he instructs Anya to apologize to Damien and seek his forgiveness. In an effort to prevent any mishaps, Twilight disguises himself as a school staff member to remain by Anya's side, although his disguise proves ineffective. Anya, gifted with mind-reading abilities, is well aware of the trouble her impulsiveness has caused Twilight and is determined to earn Damien's forgiveness. Damien, born into a noble family, has never encountered someone who treats him with such disregard as Anya does. Twilight becomes fond of Anya and finds her adorable. He notices that Becky, Anya's classmate, keeps preventing Anya from apologizing to Damien. Becky holds a grudge against Damien, believing it was his fault the previous day. To avoid jeopardizing the plan, Twilight uses the broadcast system to divert Becky's attention. Anya seizes the opportunity to apologize tearfully to Damien. Damien is moved by Anya's sweet face, but his arrogance prevents him from accepting her apology as he runs away. He refuses to acknowledge his feelings towards Anya. The mission to befriend Damien ends in failure. Twilight decides to focus on training Anya to become an exceptional student so he can get closer to Desmond at the social gathering of superior students' parents. During the night, while Twilight is tutoring Anya, she attempts to extract answers from Twilight through telepathy, only to stumble upon a complex spy operation. The overwhelming amount of information overwhelms Anya's mind. Yor, who tutors Anya in mathematics, adds to the terror as she contemplates dissecting corpses to confirm answers, which frightens Anya. Anya feels guilty about her perceived incompetence in learning, claiming that she is useless and retreats to her room. Seeing Anya's sadness, Yor advises Twilight to approach her studies with sensitivity. Just then, Twilight realizes that his determination to make Anya a top student has overshadowed Anya's feelings. He intends to discuss her studies with Anya, but upon entering her room, he finds her asleep on her books, still mumbling in her sleep. "I want to make my father proud by achieving first place." Witnessing this, Twilight is filled with gratitude. Meanwhile, a branch of the Athenia organization is searching for Twilight. This branch, known as the Secret Police, is tasked with identifying spies from Wessels, with Twilight being their primary target. Among them is a newcomer named Yuri, who happens to be Yor's younger brother. Yuri, having grown up together with Yor, is determined to ensure her happiness. Therefore, he intentionally conceals his identity as a member of the Secret Police from Yor. Yor harbors the same intention. To support Yuri, she became a killer. Upon learning of Yor's marriage, Yuri decides to meet his brother-in-law. Yor and Twilight maintain a distance between them at all times, refraining even from holding hands. Yor is fearful of exposing her connection with Twilight and asks him to be discreet, while Yor herself is nervous. Twilight, on the other hand, is more concerned about Yuri's role as a secret police. He had previously conducted an investigation into Yor and Yuri's identities and discovered Yuri's potential affiliation with the secret police. Twilight decides to take this opportunity to confirm his suspicions. During their conversation, Twilight subtly confirms Yuri's identity as a secret police member. However, Yuri is too preoccupied with assessing Twilight's character to notice Twilight's intentions. Yuri becomes suspicious when he observes Yor's shyness as she touches Twilight's hand, prompting him to question their relationship and demand proof in the form of a kiss. To avoid exposing the truth, Twilight gets close to Yor. Yor, who has never experienced romantic love before, musters the courage to embrace Twilight after consuming half a bottle of red wine. However, she hesitates to kiss him and inadvertently pushes her brother away when he tries to intervene, leading Yuri to believe that his sister genuinely has feelings for Twilight. Yuri eventually departs. Although Anya went to bed early the previous night, she learns about the encounter between the secret police and the spy through telepathy the next day. She regrets missing the incident. Furthermore, Anya picks up on other thoughts in Twilight's mind. Twilight grows suspicious of Yuri's sudden animosity and worries about Yor's possible collaboration with the secret police. Anya begins to worry that their already uneasy family may fall apart. To determine whether Yor is aware of Yuri's identity, Twilight discreetly places a hidden microphone on Yor's clothing. However, upon observing Yor's words and actions, Twilight finds nothing out of the ordinary. Despite this, he remains uncertain and contacts his spy colleague. Disguised as secret police officers, Twilight and his colleague accuse Yor of espionage and plan to arrest her. Twilight knows that such an accusation will not only affect Yor but also impact Yuri's work. In this situation, Yor can only clear herself of suspicion by revealing Yuri's identity as a secret police member. However, Yor's resistance indicates that she is genuinely unaware of Yuri's affiliation. Twilight's doubts are completely dispelled, and he informs his colleague that they had received incorrect information, requesting Yor's release. Once Yor proves her innocence, Twilight feels guilty for suspecting her. He removes the hidden microphone from her clothes and destroys it, deciding to no longer doubt this wonderful woman. One day, Anya learns that she can earn an Estella Star if she becomes the most valuable player in the dodgeball tournament. She pleads with Yor to help her improve her skills in the game. Although Yor is not skilled in dodgeball, she believes that throwing bodies is no different, and she agrees to assist Anya. Under Yor's guidance, Anya quickly becomes more proficient and gains confidence in her abilities. However, on the day of the competition, Anya discovers that her opponent is much stronger than she had anticipated. In the tournament, 2 classes compete, and the rule is that a player must catch the ball before it hits them, or they are declared out. If all the players from one team are out, they lose the game. The other class has a top player who is significantly more skilled than the average children, consistently winning various ball games since childhood. As the game progresses, only Anya and Damien remain on the field. Suddenly, Anya accidentally falls down, leaving her vulnerable to her opponent's attack. Damien, motivated by his desire to earn the Stella Star, selflessly blocks the shot intended for Anya with his own body. Damien's sacrifice ignites Anya's fighting spirit, and she attempts to defeat her opponent using the unique technique she learned from Yor. However, Anya slips and is eliminated from the game. Fortunately, it turns out to be just a rumor that the winner would receive an Estella Star. In the end, the winner receives nothing. However, Twilight becomes slightly anxious because his superior instructed him to ensure Anya earns 8 stars within 4 months. He hears that some students have earned stars by volunteering, so he takes Anya to the volunteer center. Twilight believes that these tasks require no special talent and expects Anya to handle them easily. However, unexpectedly, Anya accidentally causes chaos at the volunteer center, once again thwarting Twilight's plans. At that moment, a boy accidentally falls into the pool, and only Anya notices it through her telepathy. She hears the boy's plea for help in her mind and immediately tells Twilight a lie, saying that she can earn stars by winning the swimming competition. Without hesitation, she jumps into the water to save the boy. However, being young and inexperienced, she realizes she is unable to rescue him. In the end, it is Twilight who comes to their rescue, concealing Anya's telepathic abilities. He claims that he observed the danger by noticing the bubbles in the water, successfully avoiding any further inquiries. As a result of her courageous act, Anya is rewarded with the Estella Star. Being the first-grade student to earn a star due to her righteous behavior, she becomes the center of attention in her grade. Twilight and Yor are overjoyed by this achievement, and Anya eagerly anticipates becoming the most popular student in her grade. However, to her disappointment, only her friend Becky shares in her happiness. The rest of the students in the academy, all driven by their desire to earn stars, exhibit hostility towards Anya. They even spread a rumor that she orchestrated the accident to gain attention, greatly upsetting her. When Damien overhears someone speaking ill of Anya, he immediately defends her, which changes Anya's perception of him. Unfortunately, Becky remains oblivious to this development and continues planning how Anya can utilize her star to obtain rewards from her parents. In the meantime, Anya discovers that Damien owns a dog and believes that having a dog can help her get closer to him and assist Twilight. Upon returning home, she asks Twilight and Yor to buy a dog for her. Since they have been contemplating how to reward Anya, they agree to her request. They come across a secluded warehouse where miniature dogs are being kept. As they browse through the options, Twilight's family briefly appears in one of the dog's thoughts. It becomes apparent that this is no ordinary dog. Lately, Twilight has been occupied with numerous missions and has requested his organization to search for a dog. Due to his infrequent presence at home, rumors have begun circulating among the neighbors, suggesting issues within Twilight's family. This worries Twilight because, as a spy, maintaining a low profile is of utmost importance to avoid exposing his true identity. In an effort to dispel the rumors and portray himself as a good family man, Twilight takes his family to the ocean park on his day off. Coincidentally, their neighbors also visit the park and observe Twilight's family from a short distance. Just then, Twilight receives an urgent mission. The organization has received intelligence that Athenia possesses the formula for chemical weapons, concealed within a penguin, which is currently at the ocean park. Twilight realizes he must intercept the information before the enemy does. With so many penguins in the park, it's difficult to identify the one carrying the formula. Just as Twilight is feeling unsure about what to do, Anya reads his mind through telepathy. She senses that a penguin has something stuck in its body and quickly realizes that a poor penguin is choking on something. Twilight immediately understands that this is the penguin he's been searching for. He tells a lie, saying he needs to buy something outside, and disguises himself as a keeper to blend in with the penguins. He soon locates the penguin mentioned by Anya and attempts to remove the obstruction. However, he is interrupted by a man claiming to be a professor from the institute. The man presents a business card and insists on taking the penguin for an experiment. Being an experienced spy, Twilight identifies the business card as a fake, indicating that this man is also a spy. Once exposed, the spy quickly flees. Twilight cannot chase after him due to his disguise. Fortunately, Anya witnesses the scene and grabs the spy's clothes, shouting that he is kidnapping a child. Yor hurries to catch the man and kicks him into the ceiling. With Twilight retrieving the formulation and gathering information from the spy, he successfully completes his mission. To maintain his facade as a good father, Twilight presents Anya with a large penguin doll as a souvenir, telling the neighbors that even though he is busy with work, he still does his best to ensure his family's happiness. This touches the neighbors' hearts and eliminates any doubts they had about Twilight. From then on, Anya often plays games with the penguin doll, imitating Twilight's spy operations. Twilight is not concerned, as he believes Anya is simply influenced by spy cartoons. However, when Anya asks to explore Twilight's room, he reprimands her out of fear of exposing his props. Anya becomes scared and starts crying. To comfort her, Twilight takes her to play a spy game on the street. In the end, Anya smiles with satisfaction, happy with their shared adventure. This brings an end to Season 1. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe our channel, aniexplainer.